Hello, I'm Dale Jackson here at Joey's Greenhouse, and today we want to talk a little bit about his filtration system. There's a great deal of information available at TRANE.com and at JacksonAir.com, but right now I want to show you a little bit of the guts and how it works and what its intent is. First thing we see here is this is the main cabinet. This is where all the electronics are located here. One thing to note about the TRANE CleanEffects is that it doesn't have any parts that need to be replaced on a yearly basis. This filter is designed to last forever. Its main component here is the door. I'm going to turn it off because I want to break into it and take a look at it. So what it's doing right now is it's releasing its charge. And once it does that, it's safe for me, the homeowner, or the heating and air professional to open it up. So what we're going to do is we're going to disconnect the cable here. Hit our levers, allow this door to come off. I want to get into a little bit more detail with the internal workings of it. The first thing we see here is the pre-filter. This filter here, once again, never needs to be replaced, just needs to be cleaned anywhere from 30 to 90 days after you initially install it. Its primary function is to simply protect the electrical components of the filter. As a homeowner, all you need to do is take this out, you can vacuum it off, and you slide it right back in. But now let's get into more of the internal workings of it. The next line here is where all the particles get charged. They travel through this system and they get a negative charge attached to them. As you can see, we're not restricting the airflow at all. This is great because with a more traditional system, what happens is over time, it builds up dust and builds up dust. It causes your air handler to work much harder, and it can greatly affect your efficiencies in your system. Now this filter here, and as you can see, it's got quite a lot of dust it's collecting, but it's also collecting on the inside of it. If you could just imagine going to McDonald's and you see those little bitty straws where you stir your coffee with. If you took about 4,000 of those straws and cut them down into 3-inch sections and glued them all together, that's how this is made. You can actually see right through this if you put it right up next to your eye. But this is where this is positively charged, this is negatively charged. This filtration system here has the ability to filter out all particles in the air all the way down to 0.03 microns. That's extremely small. Now we're going past dust that you can see floating through the air. And now we're focusing in on what affects you, the homeowner. We're talking about viruses, mold spores, pollen spores, virtually everything in the air. So with the TRANE CleanEffects, we're not only protecting your system, but we're protecting you, the homeowner. Now, let's travel and let's take a look at how having this type of filtration system can affect your efficiency and your cooling capacity. As we see where the unit is located, it's making sure that all of our air that is fixing to travel through our air handler is filtered. And that's important because inside of this cabinet is our indoor coil. If our coil gets dirty, there's absolutely nothing we can do to improve the efficiency. So the number one focus at Jackson Heating and Air is we like to offer all of our customers the various accessories that can make sure their system stays efficient. There's no point in making a major investment in a complete system and only getting that efficiency for a year or two. We want to make sure that they have the same efficiency 10, 15, 20 years down the road. That's why we feel like the TRANE CleanEffects is one of the most important accessories you can add to your system. One other product that we have available in addition to the TRANE CleanEffects is also the Honeywell media filter. Now this filter here, it does a wonderful job of primarily protecting the system and keeping it running efficiently. One of the key points and differences between the TRANE CleanEffects and the Honeywell media filter is that when we get down into the smallest of particles, there is a little difference in just what can it remove. The CleanEffects specializes in the viruses and the extremely small particles in addition to the large, but the Honeywell media filter is still great. It does a great job of protecting on the larger particles, and it can remove about 80% of some of our more larger micron particles. So it's great for protecting your system, and for some people that their allergy are some of the more larger products, it's great at that as well.